And with financial markets so volatile to begin the week, we wanted to give you a bit of insight, at least, on how your life could be affected.
Yeah, we want to bring in our financial expert and creator of Invest with Teri Ijeoma. Hello, did I get your name right? I just want to make sure.
Ijeoma.
Ijeoma, okay, Teri Ijeoma. I want to always make sure we get our names
Absolutely.
right. So, Teri, first off, I want to just ask you, can you tell folks in very layman's terms, for all of us who don't understand the stock market, what went on today?
Sure. So we had a mix of two things happening today. One, with the oil, we had a big supply of oil come into the market. And whenever there's a big supply of anything, you have to think of economics with supply and demand. Whenever there's a big supply, the prices fall. So now we have a big supply of oil and the oil prices are falling. Then on top of that, with the fear of coronavirus, many people are getting sick. So companies are starting to feel like they won't produce as much. Earnings expectations are going down, so the stock market is also falling. And when you have two of those things together falling at the same time, the computers start to go crazy and the stock market fell 2,000 points today.
Well, and Teri, there are people who don't sit in front of screens and don't watch the graphs and all of that. All they know is that they have to go to work every day. They're perhaps hourly workers. The president not long ago came out and said that there would be some help available for them. But what do you tell people who have to send their kids to public schools and are just trying to get by on a day-to-day basis?
Sure. So if you're thinking about the stock market, I know there's a lot of novice investors who recently opened a Robinhood account, or when the commissions went to zero, you said, oh, I'm going to jump in and get invested in stocks. You still have the right idea, but just a little bad timing. So what I would say is right now, I want you to start saving up cash. So start building up your portfolio of cash. And then you're just going to watch right now. Watch as the stocks come down, because you're getting some great opportunities, but the market may still come down lower. Today we had a halt in the market. Whenever the Dow comes down 1,500 points, the whole market stops so that the computers don't have a flash crash. After a halt, many times in the past, the market has come down even lower. So I don't want you to assume that this is the time to get in, because the market may still come down a little bit. So I want you to just start building up your cash and then watch and wait as some of these really great companies become even less expensive.
So if folks are thinking about retirement and they've been building those retirement accounts, maybe my friend here, Fred.
Not that old yet.
Not just yet, but if you're thinking about maybe retiring this year, should you just wait this out and maybe wait till 2021?
So there's two different schools of thoughts. So one is, if you need the cash right away, you may want to think about calling your retirement company and actually asking them to move some of your allocation to cash. That way, if the stocks continue to fall, you don't have to ride it down lower. So there's some people that will do that. And then there's another school of thought that says, well, in a year from now, the market will come back up, so I'm just going to hold on. So it really will just depend on your time horizon. If you have a year to wait, I do feel, and everything in the market is a risk, so this is just advice, educational advice. But if you do have a year or so to wait, I do feel that the market will come back up as it has in the past. But if you need the money right now, say you were expecting to retire this year, you just know that you do have the ability to call your retirement company and ask them, okay, you know what, instead of being in ETFs right now, I just want to move some of that cash in my retirement to cash. You're going to keep it in the retirement so you don't have to have a penalty on it, but that way at least it won't go down any further. And then when the market settles, you can call them back and say, okay, I'm ready now. You can put it back into the positions that I had before.
And Teri, we're running out of time, but before we go, I know you do some classes and you're a self-made millionaire-ess. We'll say a millionaire-ess.
Yes.
Yes. Where can we get more information from you if folks are looking for that?
Sure. If you go to iTradeandTravel.com, I have a free webinar on how you can make $1,000 a day. And I know with the market being a little crazy right now, it's more so, what are the 4 key things that everyone needs to do as part of their portfolio? And that'll be things to keep you safe, like help you with your risk, and also to help you have gains in the future.
All right, Teri, thank you so much for making us a little bit smarter tonight. A thousand sounds pretty good to me. That's a good place to start. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Have a good evening.